Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Your Name, and I'm an expat living in the beautiful, vibrant country of Nigeria. I get so many questions about what life is really like here. So today, I want to pull back the curtain and share something incredibly important for anyone visiting or moving here: the local cultural etiquette. This isn't just about being polite. It's about showing respect, building genuine connections, and truly experiencing the warmth of Nigerian hospitality. Trust me, understanding these nuances will completely transform your experience. First up, let's talk about greetings. Greetings are a massive deal here. They are the foundation of every interaction. In many Western cultures, a quick hello is enough. But in Nigeria, you need to be more intentional. When you meet someone, especially someone older, it's not just hi. You should ask, how are you? How was your night? How is your family? Taking this extra moment to inquire about their well-being shows you care and respect them as a person. It's a small effort that goes a long way. And remember to use titles. Addressing elders as sir, ma, auntie, or uncle is a sign of deep respect, even if they aren't your actual relatives. It is a beautiful part of the culture that acknowledges the wisdom and status that comes with age. Now, let's get into one of the most important rules: the use of hands. This is a big one. In Nigeria, and in many parts of Africa, the left hand is traditionally considered unclean. This means you should always use your right hand to give and receive items. Whether you're handing someone money, accepting a gift, shaking hands, or even passing a plate of food, always use your right hand. If your right hand is full, you can use both hands to receive something, which is seen as an even greater sign of respect. But try to avoid using your left hand alone for these interactions. It might take some getting used to if you're left-handed like me, but it becomes second nature after a while and is deeply appreciated. Let's move on to another key area: visiting someone's home. Nigerians are incredibly hospitable, and being invited into a home is a true honor. If you get such an invitation, it's customary to bring a small gift. It doesn't have to be extravagant. A basket of fruit, some snacks for the kids, or a bottle of non-alcoholic wine are all wonderful gestures. When you arrive, you'll almost certainly be offered food and drink. My advice? Always accept it, even if it's just a little bit. Politely refusing can sometimes be interpreted as rejecting their hospitality or suggesting you don't trust their food. Even taking a small sip of water or a single bite of a snack shows you appreciate their kindness. It's all about sharing and community. Okay, let's talk about dress code. Nigeria is a diverse country with many different cultural and religious norms, but a general rule of thumb is to dress modestly. This is especially important when you are in more rural areas or visiting religious sites like churches or mosques. For women, this might mean avoiding very short skirts or low-cut tops. For men, it's generally best to wear trousers instead of shorts in more formal settings. Of course, in cosmopolitan cities like Lagos or Abuja, you'll see all sorts of fashion. But when in doubt, it's always better to be a bit more conservative. It shows you respectful of the local values, and you not trying to impose your own cultural norms. Another interesting aspect is communication style. Nigerians are generally very expressive and animated communicators. People can be direct and passionate in conversation, which might seem intense if you're not used to it. It's usually not a sign of anger. It's just a culturally vibrant way of expressing oneself. Also, eye contact is nuanced. While direct eye contact is common in a friendly chat, averting your gaze when speaking to an elder can be a sign of respect. It has a subtle difference from many Western cultures, where avoiding eye contact can be seen as dishonest. Here, it's about acknowledging hierarchy and showing deference. It's a fascinating little detail to observe. Let's touch upon the concept of African time. This is a stereotype you might have heard, and while it's a bit of an oversimplification, there is a more relaxed approach to punctuality in social situations. If you're invited to a party at 2 p.m., don't be surprised if things don't really get going until 4 or 5 p.m. However, this absolutely does not apply to business meetings or professional appointments. For business, punctuality is expected and highly valued. So, it's crucial to understand the context. For social gatherings, relax and go with the flow. For anything professional, be on time. One of my favorite things about Nigerian culture is the emphasis on community. People look out for each other. It is not uncommon for a near stranger to offer you help if you look lost or to strike up a conversation while you waiting in line. Embrace it. This openness is where the magic happens. Ask questions, be curious, and share a little about yourself. I've had some of the most wonderful conversations and made incredible friends simply by being open to talking to the people around me. It's a society built on relationships, not just transactions. Finally, a quick note on photography. Always ask for permission before taking someone's picture. While many people will be happy to pose for a photo, it's disrespectful to just snap away without their consent. This is a simple act of courtesy that is appreciated everywhere in the world, but it's particularly important here. Remember, you are a guest in their country, and showing this basic level of respect is paramount. Living in Nigeria has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, and a huge part of that has been learning and adapting to the culture. It's not about losing yourself, but about expanding your understanding of the world and connecting with people on a deeper, more meaningful level. These tips are just a starting point, of course. Nigeria is a huge, diverse nation with hundreds of ethnic groups, and customs can vary from one region to another. The best advice I can give you is to stay curious, be humble, and always lead with a smile and a respectful heart. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share a piece of my Nigerian journey with you. Hello, amazing people, and welcome back to the channel. Ever wondered what makes Nigeria so vibrant, so full of life? It's not just the music or the food. It's the rich tapestry of culture and tradition. Today, we're diving deep into the unwritten rules, the heartwarming gestures, and the core values that make up Nigerian cultural etiquette. So if you're planning a trip, have Nigerian friends, or are just curious, you're in the right place. Let's unlock the secrets together. First things first, greetings. In Nigeria, a simple hello doesn't quite cut it. Greetings are a massive deal. They're a sign of respect and acknowledgement. When you meet someone, especially an elder, you don't just wave. For many cultures, like the Yoruba, men might prostrate, which is lying flat on the ground, while women will kneel. Now, don't worry. As a visitor, you're not expected to do a full prostration. But a slight bow or a curtsy for women shows you understand and respect the culture. It's all about showing deference to age and experience. When you greet an elder, you also ask about their family, their health, their day. It's a genuine show of care. Good morning, Ma. I hope you slept well. How is the family? This is far more common and appreciated than a quick hi. Now, let's talk about the all-important handshake. It's common, but with a twist. You might notice a little snap of the fingers at the end of a handshake between friends. It's a cool, friendly gesture. But here's a golden rule. Always, and I mean always, use your right hand. The left hand is traditionally considered unclean, used for personal hygiene. So, whether you're shaking hands, giving or receiving something, or eating, stick to your right hand. Using your left hand, especially with an elder, can be seen as a major sign of disrespect. It's one of those small things that makes a huge difference. Speaking of respect for elders, this is a cornerstone of Nigerian society. You never call an elder by their first name. It's auntie, uncle, ma, or sir, even if they are not your biological aunt or uncle. These titles are terms of endearment and respect for anyone older than you. When an elder is speaking, you listen. You don't interrupt. And you certainly don't argue with them publicly. This hierarchy of respect, based on age, is woven into the very fabric of daily life. It's about acknowledging the wisdom and life experience that comes with age. So when in doubt, err on the side of more respect. You can never go wrong with ma or sir. Let's move into the home. If you're lucky enough to be invited to a Nigerian's house, congratulations. It means they genuinely like you. Hospitality is huge. When you arrive, you'll likely be offered a drink and food. And my advice? Accept it. Rejecting a host's offer can be seen as impolite, almost like you're rejecting their goodwill. You don't have to finish the whole plate, but at least take a few bites to show your appreciation and compliment the food. Nigerian food is made with love, and telling your host how delicious their jollof rice is will absolutely make their day. Also, it's customary to bring a small gift for your host, nothing extravagant. Maybe some fruit, a bottle of wine, or something for the kids. It's a thoughtful gesture that shows you're grateful for their invitation. Now, for a topic that can be a little tricky, communication style. Nigerians are generally very expressive, passionate, and direct. What might sound loud or even argumentative to an outsider is often just a normal, enthusiastic conversation. We use a lot of gestures, our voices are animated, and there's a lot of laughter. Don't mistake passion for anger. It's just how we communicate. Also, be prepared for personal questions. Are you married? Why don't you have children yet? How much do you earn? These questions aren't meant to be nosy. They come from a place of genuine curiosity and a desire to connect on a deeper level. It's a way of bringing you into their world. You don't have to give specifics if you're uncomfortable, but a polite, smiling, and vague answer is better than appearing offended. Let's talk about time. You might have heard of African time or Nigerian time. Well, it's a real thing. Punctuality is flexible. While for official business meetings, you should aim to be on time. For social gatherings like parties or weddings, don't be surprised if things start an hour or two later than scheduled. It's not seen as rude. It's just a more relaxed approach to time. The event will happen when everyone who needs to be there has arrived. So, if you're invited to a party at 7 p.m., arriving at 8 p.m. is perfectly acceptable. It's a cultural pace of life that prioritizes people over strict schedules. Just go with the flow and enjoy the journey. Another key aspect is how we dress. Nigerians love to dress up. We take great pride in our appearance, especially for special occasions like weddings, church, or parties. Our traditional attire, like the agbada for men or the iro and buba for women, is colorful, intricate, and stunning. If you're attending an event, it's always better to be overdressed than underdressed. Showing up in something too casual can be interpreted as a lack of respect for the occasion and your host. And if you get the chance to wear traditional Nigerian clothing, go for it. People will love it and will be more than happy to help you get it right. It's a beautiful way to immerse yourself in the culture. Let's touch on gift giving and receiving. As I mentioned, always use your right hand or both hands to give and receive items, especially gifts. When you receive a gift, it's not always customary to open it right there in front of the giver. You might be expected to take it and open it later in private. This is to avoid any potential embarrassment for the giver if the gift is modest, and it places the focus on the gesture of giving itself, not the material item. The act of giving is what's truly valued. Finally, let's talk about family. Family is everything. It's not just the nuclear family. It's the entire extended network of cousins, aunts, uncles, and even close family friends. Decisions are often made with the entire family in mind. There's a strong sense of community and collective responsibility. People support each other, celebrate together, and mourn together. When you make a friend in Nigeria, you're often welcomed into their entire family circle. It's a beautiful, powerful support system. Understanding this collectivist mindset is key to understanding Nigeria. It's less about me and more about we. So there you have it, a beginner's guide to Nigerian cultural etiquette. It all boils down to respect, community, and warmth. Respect for elders, enthusiasm in conversation, generosity in hospitality, and a deep love for family and tradition. It might seem like a lot to remember, but honestly, Nigerians are some of the most welcoming and forgiving people on the planet. As long as you approach every interaction with a smile, an open heart, and a respectful attitude, you'll be embraced with open arms. Thank you so much for joining me on this cultural journey today. I hope this was helpful. What other aspects of Nigerian culture are you curious about? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you. Today, we're diving into a topic that's super important for anyone planning to visit, live, or work in the amazing country of Nigeria. We're talking about etiquette. Understanding local customs is the key to building great relationships and having a truly authentic experience. So, grab your notepad, because we're about to cover what you need to know about Nigerian etiquette as an expat. First things first, greetings. Greetings are a massive deal in Nigeria. It's not just a quick hello. You need to take your time and be sincere. When you meet someone, especially someone older, a simple good morning, good afternoon, or good evening is essential. Don't just nod or wave from a distance. Rushing a greeting can be seen as disrespectful. And if you're meeting an elder, it's a sign of great respect to slightly bow, or for women in some cultures, to curtsy. Also, always ask, "How are you?" and genuinely wait for the answer. It shows you care. Now, let's talk about hands. Your right hand is your best friend in Nigeria. You use it for everything: eating, shaking hands, giving and receiving items. The left hand is traditionally considered unclean, so even if you're left-handed, try to use your right hand for these interactions. When you're handing something to an elder, it's a beautiful sign of respect to offer it with both hands, or to offer it with your right hand, while your left hand gently supports your right elbow. It's a small gesture, but it speaks volumes. Titles are also incredibly important. You don't just call people by their first name, especially if they are older or in a position of authority. Use titles like Mr., Mrs., or Doctor for elders. You'll often hear auntie or uncle used as a sign of respect, even if you're not related. And for much older people, mummy or daddy is common. It might feel a bit strange at first, but it's a term of endearment and deep respect. When in doubt, err on the side of being more formal. It's always better to be overly respectful than not respectful enough. Let's move on to visiting someone's home. If you're invited to a Nigerian home, consider it a huge honor. It means they see you as a friend. Never, ever show up empty-handed. It doesn't have to be something extravagant. A simple gift like a box of chocolates, some fruit, or a nice drink is perfect. When you arrive, you'll be offered food and a drink. Please accept it. Refusing hospitality can be seen as an insult. Even if you're not hungry, just take a small portion to show your appreciation. And get ready to eat, because Nigerian hospitality often means you'll be offered more food than you can possibly finish. Now for a big one: communication style. Nigerians are generally very expressive and animated. People might speak loudly, use a lot of hand gestures, and be very direct. This isn't anger or aggression. It's just passion and enthusiasm. Don't be taken aback by it. It's a culture where emotions are openly expressed. Also, indirect communication is common, especially when it comes to saying no. Instead of a flat refusal, someone might say, "I will try," or "Let's see." It's a polite way of declining without causing offense. Learning to read between the lines is a skill you'll develop over time. Let's discuss dress code. Nigeria is a generally conservative country, and modesty is valued. While in big cities like Lagos or Abuja, you'll see more Western styles. It's always a good idea to dress modestly, especially when you're in more traditional areas or visiting religious places. For women, this means avoiding overly revealing clothing. For men, long trousers are generally preferred over shorts in formal settings. When you're invited to an event like a wedding or a party, that's your chance to dress up. Nigerians love to celebrate in style, so don't be afraid to wear your best and most colorful outfits. Patience is a virtue you will definitely need. The concept of African time is real. Things may not always start exactly on schedule. A meeting scheduled for 2 p.m. might not get going until 2:30 or even later. Don't get frustrated by this. It's not a sign of disrespect. It's just a more fluid approach to time. Build some flexibility into your schedule and use the waiting time to chat and connect with the people around you. Rushing and showing impatience can be seen as rude. Just relax and go with the flow. Let's talk about respect for elders. This is a cornerstone of Nigerian society. You must always show deference to those older than you. This means letting them speak first, not interrupting them, and giving them the best seat. When you're on public transport, it's expected that you give up your seat for an older person. This isn't just a nice thing to do. It's a fundamental rule of social conduct. The wisdom and experience of elders are highly valued, and showing them respect will earn you a lot of favor. Bargaining is another key aspect of daily life, especially in markets. Don't accept the first price you're given for most goods. Haggling is expected and is part of the fun of shopping. But remember to do it with a smile and a friendly attitude. It's a negotiation, not a fight. Be respectful, have a price in mind, and be willing to walk away if you can't agree. A little bit of friendly banter can go a long way, and you'll often end up with a good price and a new friend. Finally, let's touch on personal space. Nigerians tend to be more comfortable with closer physical proximity than many Western cultures. People might stand closer to you when talking, and physical touch, like a hand on your arm during a conversation, is common among friends. Don't be alarmed by this. It's a sign of warmth and friendliness. Of course, this is within the context of appropriate social interactions. Understanding this difference in personal space can help you feel more comfortable and connected. So, there you have it, a beginner's guide to Nigerian etiquette. Remember, the most important thing is to be open-minded, observant, and willing to learn. Nigerians are incredibly warm, welcoming, and forgiving people. If you make a mistake, a sincere apology will almost always be accepted. The fact that you're trying to understand and respect their culture will be deeply appreciated. Embrace the experience, ask questions, and you'll have an unforgettable time. Thank you so much for watching today. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Your Name, and I share my experiences as an expat living and loving life here in Nigeria. Today, we are diving into a topic that is absolutely crucial for anyone visiting or moving here: Nigerian cultural etiquette. Trust me, learning these unwritten rules will completely transform your experience, helping you connect with people on a much deeper level. These are my personal, tried and tested tips, so grab a notebook and let's get started. First things first, let's talk about greetings. Greetings are a huge deal in Nigeria. It's not just a quick hello. It's a genuine sign of respect and recognition. When you enter a room or meet someone, especially someone older, a warm and respectful greeting is expected. For men, a slight bow or nod of the head while shaking hands is common. For women, a small curtsy or a nod also shows great respect. And always use your right hand for everything: shaking hands, giving things, receiving things, and especially eating. The left hand is traditionally considered unclean, so using your right hand is a fundamental sign of respect. It might feel a bit awkward at first if you're left-handed like me, but you'll get used to it, and people will really appreciate the effort. Now, let's address titles. This was a big learning curve for me. In many Western cultures, We jump to first names pretty quickly. Here, it's much more formal and respectful. You'll hear ma, sir, auntie, and uncle used all the time, even for people who aren't actual relatives. Auntie and uncle are terms of respect for anyone who is older than you. It could be the lady at the market, your friend's mother, or even a colleague. Using these titles shows you recognize their seniority and respect their position. When in doubt, it's always better to be more formal. You could also use professional titles like doctor, engineer, or chief if you know them. People will usually let you know if you can be more casual, but starting with respect is always the best policy. Next up, a concept that is the heartbeat of Nigerian social life: hospitality. Nigerians are incredibly welcoming and generous people. If you're invited to someone's home, it's a genuine honor. You will be offered food and drink, and it's considered polite to accept, even if it's just a little bit. Refusing outright can sometimes be seen as rude. When you're offered a meal, please eat. It's a sign that you appreciate their generosity. And a quick tip: it's a lovely gesture to bring a small gift for your hosts, like a fruit basket or some snacks for the children. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It's the thought that counts. Also, don't be surprised if your host insists you take leftovers home. It's another sign of their incredible generosity. Embrace it. Let's talk about communication style. Nigerians are generally very expressive and passionate communicators. Conversations can be lively, loud, and full of gestures. This isn't anger. It's just enthusiasm. It's a very communal culture, so people are genuinely interested in you. You'll be asked personal questions, like, "Are you married?" Or, "Do you have children?" Don't be offended by this. It's not meant to be intrusive. It's a way of getting to know you and finding common ground. It's all about building a connection. Also, indirect communication is very common. Sometimes, yes might mean, "I hear you," not necessarily, "I agree." You have to learn to read between the lines and pay attention to body language and context. It's a skill that develops over time. Another key aspect of etiquette is your sense of time. You may have heard of African time or Nigerian time. While things are getting more structured, especially in business, it's true that social events often start later than scheduled. Punctuality is appreciated, but don't be stressed if things run a bit behind schedule. The focus is more on the people and the event itself, rather than strictly sticking to a timetable. Patience is more than a virtue here. It's a necessity. Rushing things or showing impatience can be seen as disrespectful. Just go with the flow, relax, and enjoy the moment. This laid-back approach to time is part of the charm, and fighting it will only cause you frustration. Now, a very important topic: respect for elders. This is a cornerstone of Nigerian culture and something you must get right. Elders are seen as pillars of wisdom and are treated with the utmost respect. Never, ever argue with an elder publicly or address them disrespectfully. When an elder is speaking, you listen. When you're offered a seat, it's polite to offer it to an elder if one is standing. Even things like making eye contact can be nuanced. While direct eye contact is a sign of confidence in the West, prolonged eye contact with an elder here can be interpreted as a challenge or a sign of disrespect. A respectful, deferential gaze is often more appropriate. Simply put, always defer to your elders. Let's touch on dress code. Nigerians love to dress up. For any occasion, whether it's church, a wedding, or even just a Saturday, people take great pride in their appearance. As an expat, you don't have to wear traditional attire all the time, but dressing modestly and neatly is important. For business meetings, formal wear is standard. For social gatherings, smart casual is a safe bet. Especially as a woman, it is advisable to dress modestly. Covering your shoulders and knees is generally a good rule of thumb, particularly when you're in more conservative or rural areas. Showing that you've made an effort with your appearance is another way of showing respect for your hosts and the occasion. Finally, let's talk about negotiation. Bargaining is a part of daily life in markets and with local vendors. It's not a fight. It's more like a friendly dance. Don't accept the first price you're given. It's expected that you will haggle a bit. The key is to do it with a smile and a friendly attitude. Be respectful, have fun with it, and be prepared to walk away if you can't agree on a price. But remember, the goal isn't to get the absolute lowest price possible. The goal is to reach a fair price for both you and the seller. A few extra naira might not mean much to you, but it could make a difference to them. It's about building a good relationship. Mastering this etiquette isn't about losing your own identity. It's about showing respect and a willingness to understand and adapt to the culture you're in. These small gestures will open so many doors for you and lead to beautiful, genuine friendships. People will see that you're making an effort, and they will welcome you with even warmer, open arms. Nigeria is an incredible country with the most amazing people, and embracing the culture is the key to unlocking its true beauty. That's all for today. I hope these tips were helpful. If you have any other questions or your own tips to share, please drop them in the comments below. I love reading them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into expat life in Nigeria. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.